Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, we're back with you. We got one of the funniest guys in America right here, Reno Collier. Good morning. How are you, brother?
Good morning, my friend. How are you?
You still laying in the daggum bed, man.
No, I'm up.
Oh.
I'm up. I've got a few sips of coffee. My dog woke me up at like 4, and then at like 4:30, and then at like 4. I'm like, dude, what is your? He's a Aussie Doodle.
Yeah, an Aussie Doodle.
He's big enough to just tear stuff apart, and he's a puppy, so he's just
We've got Ed Abel in here. We call him Mr. Ed. He's actually a dog trainer. What is an Aussie? What did he call that thing?
It's a mixed breed dog.
Aussie Doodle. Hey, man, come get this thing.
Thanks. Appreciate it, but that's okay.
Yeah. I had to bury my dog the other day because he wouldn't quit barking, so you know how that goes.
That happens.
He just forgot to euthanize him first.
I walk him at the Civil War Park here, and there's like a walkway thing through it, and I'm walking through there, and every once in a while I'm like, I wonder if I just let go of this leash.
Yeah.
Like, would he come back? He comes back.
Yeah, I don't know.
He comes right back.
You got these people, they say their dog ran away, and 3 years later they find it. I really think the dog actually run away. I don't think he wanted to be found and brought back, but they're like,
Dude, I don't want to say his name, but I've got a buddy who had a dog, and when his daughters were teenagers and were just, the dog finally got out of the house, walked out to the street, looked back at everybody. My buddy's wife swears to God the dog just shook his head and stepped out in front of a truck.
Oh, Lord. It's time to go, man. Bless his heart. Yeah. Bless his heart. Waylon Jennings said his dog ran away, and he lived out in Littlefield, Texas, and said he could watch it go for 3 solid days. It's so flat out there. So, man, you were on the Grand Ole Opry. I had no idea you could sing.
I can't. And they'll never have me back. It was the worst song ever.
You do like
it was, dude. It was the greatest experience I think I've ever had. Like, it's weird because like with Comedy Central, other places, you go to do stuff, and it almost feels like people don't want you to do well.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, good luck out there. You see how that did. The Opry, from the second you pull into the parking lot, like the parking lot attendant is like, Mr. Collier, it's so good to see you. And I'm like, buddy, it's good to see you. You wouldn't believe how excited I am for. And every single person as you go in, and they made me like my own parking thing. It says reserved for Reno Collier's Opry debut. And they gave me it was the greatest thing, dude. It was so much fun.
Well, I reckon now they've got the police involved in that too, because somebody actually stole that sign, your parking sign. So I think I think Nashville Police Department's actually got an investigation going on with that. Have you heard anything about that?
I haven't. They haven't gotten back to me, but I guess it was because of my set. And
I don't blame you, man. I'd take my sign too. I guarantee it. But
I did take it. It's framed. It's going upstairs.
Yeah.
Hey, Reno, I got to ask you this question. Somebody said you were a former PE teacher.
Yeah.
That's true?
That's totally true.
You must have enough material to go 2 lifetimes from being a PE teacher.
The worst part of it, I was a PE teacher, and I bartended at the Punchline Comedy Club in Atlanta while I was doing it. So you know how hot it gets, and I'd be standing out there in the sun because I've been drinking I don't drink anymore, but I used to really put them down. I'd be standing out in the sun sweating booze out all day. These little kids are running up to me. They're like, "You smell like my dad." Like, your dad's an alcoholic.
Well, ain't nothing like a drunk PE teacher, man. I guarantee it.
I wasn't drinking in the morning, but I still had a little lingering going on.
Yeah, I know how that is. Golly, man, I'm with you on that. But
it was fun, though. I love teaching school. I mean, it's rewarding, and but I taught at an international school, so English was a second language for a lot of the kids, and they were smart kids.
Right.
So, like, I used to have to stay after and like help kids with their homework, and some of these kids would come in with their stuff, and I'm like, you better ask your dad, dude. I don't know anything about calculus. I never took it.
Okay, I'm trying to picture this, Reno. I mean, honestly, you're in this very smart, gifted program. You're the teacher, and you're hungover.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a comedy right there, man.
It's, I mean, and they try to take notes for stuff.
Right.
And like we're playing PE or doing PE, and I'm like, dude, don't write this down. Pick up that ball and hit him in the head with it.
Yeah.
And then you win. Don't write it down.
Right.
Just have at it.
Yeah, I know. You've always got the one when they ask a question, they hold their hand up. Pick me, pick me, pick me. You know, I'm actually a full-time school bus driver, so I get a lot too, man. I know how that goes.
Oh, my God bless you, dude.
Yeah.
You do that now?
I do it right now. Yeah, I do it. Yep, full-time.
You ever saw Steven drive, you'd be God blessing the children.
I'm going to tell you, man, my kids are, we're a public school, but they're highly, very religious because every one of them prays right before they get on the bus.
Based off past experience?
Yeah, they're all like, okay, here we go. Let me say a prayer right quick before I get on the bus for Steve. But anyway,
I got kicked off the bus when I was my parents sent me to military school in 9th grade, but before I couldn't take the bus to school. And I was like in 7th grade or something.
Right.
And it was both my parents worked. So it was like my mom would drop me off at the bus stop and then she'd take off. And then I'm like, all right, well, I'm going back home. The worst advice I ever got my baseball coach, because I'd skip school, but I'd still go to my baseball games and practice and stuff. And my coach is like, they're not going to let you play in these games. And I'm like, he's like, why don't you want to go to school? I'm like, because it sucks. And he's like, this is the worst thing I ever heard. He goes, just go and don't do anything. And it was like an epiphany. I was like, the clouds parted, and I was like, this is it.
The sun coming
You're
out.
saying, yeah, he's like, just go. So that's what I did. Just show up, be like, it's my playground till baseball practice.
Oh, Lord. Man, you're a comedian. You're in a world right now. We are in a world right now. I actually seen where John Reap, he was on with Joe Rogan the other day, said he actually had people unfollow him because he was on with Joe Rogan, man. What do you think about that?
Well, Reap and I do the Reap and Reno show together.
Right.
Like on the road and stuff. And what do I think about the Joe Rogan thing or John
What do you
Reap?
think about people actually unfollowing John because he was on the Reap? I mean, I don't understand where the world's going. It's crazy.
I'm working really hard on my faith right now, so I won't use the word that is just blasting in my head right now.
Right.
But people have become extremely soft.
Uh-huh.
And it's like they think they have power. Like, well, I'll unfollow you. You wait and see. It's like the Karen thing in the stores. I will never come back here again. Okay, well, you're holding up the line of 50 people now anyway.
Yeah.
Go. We don't. And the whole cancel. First of all, if you're 20 years old, you're not canceling anybody. You haven't lived long enough to screw up.
Yeah.
It's real easy to throw stones when all you've done is sit in math class and you got grounded for not doing your homework. Wait till you get out in the real world and see if you make some mistakes, and then you want to be judged on the rest of your life. No one will be able to do anything.
Yeah.
It's like running for president. Nobody wants to run for president. Nobody's smart. I mean, why would you put your family through that? Why would you? I mean, unless you just don't know what's going on and you walk around and you poop in front of the Pope and you're lost and your wife just throws you out in front of everybody.
You give free crack pipes to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I feel like when you have the flu and you overdo it on the Robitussin and you're like, hey, man, I had this dream that they were passing out crack pipes. And, I mean, it's a bizarre, the whole world's upside down.
Yeah, it's I think the crack pipes, I think they got Biden 2024 all over them, so I don't know what the deal is with that. But I'm like you, man. I just think the world has gone crazy, but not me, man. I think the problem is we got rid of bullies in school. Used to bullies would bully people around. They get used to it. Now we ain't got that, so I don't know. That's just kind of my take on it.
Everyone's so soft. And people said Trump's kids were too involved in his presidency. Look what Hunter's doing with the crack pipe. How come we don't hear about that dude anymore?
We've got pictures of him smoking crack with a 14-year-old girl, and they want to go after Trump's kids for making a lot of money. That tells you where we're at.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so – and the thing that bothers me the most is people act like nothing's going on. Like, oh, that doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
That doesn't. I mean, CNN single-handedly gets completely swept out with sexual harassment, and they've spent the last 2 years or 6, 10. It was all
Yeah,
they
keep going.
started.
Yep.
Just bashing every single thing
Mm-hmm.
that they were doing at the exact same time.
Yep.
I mean, the one dude that worked for the New Yorker was I don't know how to say it, doing something to himself while he's on a Zoom.
Oh yeah, man.
And nothing happens to him.
He got promoted.
Yeah, I mean, how does that even happen? Like, that used to be. I mean, you talk about driving a bus. That'd be where you just get your ass kicked on the bus.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know, man. Like I said, the world has gone crazy. And you're in
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to church. I'm praying more than I've ever prayed in my life.
Well, that's a good thing, man. I'm guaranteeing. And a lot of people have turned away from God, and I think that's crazy. I think that's another part of the problem right now. And of course, I don't want to get on my preaching on all this stuff, but I think. Like I said, I call everybody I know. I know Gary Chapman, and I call all these, and I say, look, if y'all hear the horn, make sure you call me because I don't want to be left here with everybody else because, I don't want to miss it. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, when I talk to Gary, Gary's like, this is the most exciting time to live. That guy's so positive. That's why I love him so much.
I don't know how he does it.
Like, I don't either.
Yeah.
And he's like, look what an exciting time. God's going to do something, and it's going to change the world forever. And I'm going like, yeah, like Rome.
I made the comment this morning when you walk in and the day before you think, man, things just can't get any weirder than they are. And then you get on your computer and you start looking at the top news stories for the day and you just shake your head going, oh, my God, giving away crack pipes.
I mean, honestly, Caitlyn Jenner, she's got into racing now. She's got a racing team, so I don't know. But it's Caitlyn.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am. It's an all-girl racing team, but I'm trying to figure out, is it really all-girl? You don't know anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he said that, or she.
There you go.
Caitlyn said that women, or that the men shouldn't be able to compete in female sports.
Right.
Like he was like, it's not fair for, and clearly, it's not. I mean, look at how far we've come. Like the guy who wrestled and won the girls' championship in Texas or whatever, and
right.
said that he was like. In that, didn't it used to be, don't ever let a man hit a woman, and don't let anybody see a man hit a woman or throw a woman on the ground
right.
or anything like that, because that's why Ronda Rousey wouldn't fight a man.
Right.
She goes, I don't want little girls seeing a woman get hit by a man because it's not right. The same, and now it's like, well, you know what? So what if some guy punches his wife and goes, you know what? I identify as a woman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was just a girl fight.
Yeah.
We do that.
I know
as
one
girls.
thing.
I mean,
I wouldn't want to fight Ronda at all.
Me neither.
Dude.
You know what, though? In a weird way, I kind of wanted her to beat me up.
You are. Hey,
this
you're
is a
reading your
morning
Bible.
show.
Remember
Okay?
that, right? You're reading your Bible. Don't forget that, man.
It's a morning show, guys. Come on now.
Hey, look, man, I said it's a work in progress.
Oh, okay,
I didn't
that's
say
good.
I was done.
Reno, man, it's always good to talk to you. We got to get to a short break, though. Anyway, y'all go to Reno Collier. You just type in his name and you'll see him pop up. And he don't look like a gym teacher at all. But anyway, yeah.
It's RenoCollierComedy.com.
There you go.
Although everything I just said, they're probably like, hey, God, what is he, like an affiliate for Fox? Or what does it do?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. We got off on that. But, you know what?
Oh, dude, I don't care.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I love talking to you guys.
Yeah, man,
we love having you.
It's been great. So anyway, but like I said, we got to get to break. Maybe next time we get you on, if we can figure out the Google Meet stuff, we'd like to get you on where we can see your beautiful blue eyes or brown eyes. Or
I'd love it, buddy.
green eyes or whatever it is. So anyway, but we do keep up with you and keep following you. Like I said, Reno, y'all gonna love him, and if y'all can see him out, go see him because you're touring all over. I mean, you're wide open right now, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm in Arkansas, up by Fayetteville, Arkansas, and Lowell at the Grove this weekend, and then I'm all over Indiana. I'm doing like a 4 run through Kokomo and Lebanon and a bunch of different places. So
and then you do
man, if anybody can get out.
You do the live thing with John Reap. When does that come on?
So he and I just did. We're doing some little theaters and stuff. We did it 2 week and a half ago,
right?
And then we go back out this summer. I mean, we still do stuff on our own too,
right?
But yeah, we were in North Carolina, South Carolina. We're in Bristol this summer and a few other places. And yeah, he's a great dude, man. I love that guy. We have a blast together.
Yeah, he's a hoot. Now, does he get mad because you're funnier than him?
he knows it, but he doesn't really get mad. I think it's an ego thing where he doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah.
But he knows.
There you go.
So does the crowd.
There you go.
And my mom knows, and
yeah,
you know.
Of course your mom does.
That's really all that matters.
That's all that matters.
That is. My mom tells me I'm the best, so I stick with that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. All right, man. We'll go back to bed, and we'll holler at you another day.
All right, boys. Thanks, fellas.
All right, take care.
Have a great day. Hey.
Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.